Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, May 24, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Detroit had dropped 3 of their previous 4 before earning the win in the opening game of this series Monday night. The Tigers entered Tuesday 21-24 on the season and stood second in the AL Central, 2.5 games behind the Twins for the top spot in the division. On Monday, Detroit got 3 hits each from Javier Baez, run, 3 RBI, and Matt Vierling, run, 4 RBI in the game. Baez hit a 3-run double in the 10th inning to send the Tigers to victory, while Vierling hammered his 4th homer of the year earlier in the game. Michael Lorenzen didn't factor in the decision after allowing 5 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts over 5.2 innings of work. Alex Lang, 2-0, earned the win with 2 scoreless frames, allowing no hits with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Jose Cisnero tossed a scoreless 10th, allowing no hits with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts for his first save. The Royals seemed to have the advantage on the mound in this one, given the fact that Greinke is on the hill, but that doesn't move the needle all that much. Boyd did earn the win in his last start, but still sports an ERA north of 6 on the season. We saw the Tigers get some solid work from their bullpen in the opening game of the series, while the Royals wilted when the game was on the line. Greinke has pitched well against the Tigers in his career, but the Kansas City bats don't strike enough fear in opposing pitchers for me to have faith in them here. Look for Detroit to find a way to earn the win here and lock down a series victory. Our team pick is Detroit Tigers. Kansas City lost their 4th straight and their 8th in the last 10 games as they were beaten in extra innings Monday night in the opener of this series. The Royals entered Tuesday 14-35 on the season and stood in the basement of the AL Central, 11.5 games behind the Twins. It seems like the team may be getting ready to turn the page while looking ahead to next year. On Monday, Kansas City finished with only 5 hits, with no player having more than 1 in the game. Salvador Perez, his 11th, Jackie Bradley Jr., his 1st, and Vinny Pasquantino, his 9th, all went deep in a losing effort. Brady Singer didn't factor in the decision as he threw 3.2 innings, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Scott Barlow, 1-3, took the loss in relief as he allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, on 2 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts over 1.2 innings of work. Our total pick is under 9 runs. New York Mets vs Chicago Cubs. Kodai Senga will take the mound on Wednesday. Senga was brilliant last time out, conceding 1 run in 6.1 innings against the Rays, striking out a remarkable 12 batters. The rookie right-hander sometimes has issues with command, issuing 26 walks on the season, but overall has been solid, recording a 3.77 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP, accompanied by a 4.2 record in 43 innings pitched. This is his first meeting against the Cubs. Senga has accumulated 55 strikeouts. New York is in the early stages of a road trek after a successful homestand. They won 2 of 3 against the Rays and then issued the 3-game sweep of the Guardians to climb above the .500 mark. It was a big homestand considering they had not won a series all month prior to defeating the Rays. The Mets are 7-3 in their last 10 games. The New York Mets have not been reliable on the road, where they are below the .500 mark on the season after a 7-2 defeat on Tuesday. Mets starter Kodai Senga is a pitcher the Cubs should be able to solve. While Senga has a 3.77 ERA on the season, his FIP is higher at 4.35, meaning his ERA is a bit misleading. Senga has issues with his control. He has walked 20 batters in his last 6 starts. The rookie has been poor on the road, posting a 6.30 ERA. Furthermore, the Chicago Cubs have a good chance with Marcus Stroman on the hill. Stroman has been outstanding, limiting his opponent to 2 or fewer runs in 4 of his last 5 starts, and has also gone at least 6 innings in 4 of those performances. Our team pick is Chicago Cubs. The Cubs will have Marcus Stroman on the mound in this one. Stroman rebounded from a bad outing by limiting the Phillies to only 1 run in 6 innings in his previous start and was credited with the victory. The veteran has been reliable, conceding 2 or fewer runs in all but 2 outings on the year and has registered a 3.05 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP, accompanied by a 3-4 record in 56 innings pitched. Stroman allowed 1 run in 4.1 innings against the Mets last season and has squandered 7 runs in 9 career innings. Our total pick is the under. Miami Marlins vs Colorado Rockies. The Miami Marlins began their 10-game road trip with a 1-3 record, a horrid start for a potentially season-defining stretch. Offensively, the team was putting up 3.0 runs per game during that stretch, lower than their MLB worst runs per game mark this season. Even with MLB's OBP leader, Luis Arias, and his league-leading .383 batting average, Miami is 25th as a team in OBP. Even with Jorge Soler's 12 home runs, tied for 12th before Tuesday's games, the Marlins are 24th in homers launched. Miami has offensive talent, but there's not much cohesion. If there's one area to highlight, it's their base stealing, as they were 6th with 40 successful swipes in 50 tries before Tuesday's game. Pitching will always be difficult for the Rockies, and this season is no exception. Their team ERA is 26th, and the staff ERA at home is 5.34. Colorado's pitching staff is bottom 5 in walk rate and strikeout rate, which isn't helping them prevent runs. Their relievers are shockingly elite at preventing homers, but not special in any other facets. The starting rotation is one of the worst, and rookie Carl Kaufman's first career start didn't provide any glimmers of hope. His MLB debut was May 19 in Arlington, and he allowed 5 runs, 4 earned, in 4.1 innings. Kaufman's AA and AAA's numbers weren't great either, so it wasn't much of a shock. However, there's a chance he impresses against the league's worst defense. With the way Sandy Alcantara is pitching, does anyone want him pitching in Colorado this year? His stuff isn't working, and this game is in an environment that will compound any issues. Our team pick is Colorado Rockies. Meanwhile, looking at Colorado's starter, he should get shelled too. Unless Miami's bats refuse to score runs as they have for most of the season. This game seems like it's going to come down to who scores more, and the Rockies are much more reliable in that regard, especially at home. Trust the home team in this one. Our team pick is Colorado Rockies. Our total pick is under. Boston Red Sox vs Los Angeles Angels. Boston lost Monday's series opener 2-1 as the Angels broke a 1-1 tie on an 8th-inning long ball. The boys from Beantown are 8.5 games out of first place in the AL East Division standings. Paxton takes the mound for the visitors in the series finale. He's made 2 starts this season since returning from injury, surrendering 2 runs on 4 hits versus St. Louis and 1 run on 5 hits versus San Diego. He earned a win for his 6-inning showing versus the Padres and has a 14.3 KBB ratio this season. The Angels are 4-1 in their last 5 versus a team with a winning record and 4-1 in their last 5 games versus a starter with a whip of less than 1.15. The Red Sox are 1-4 in their last 5 road games, with a total set at 9.0 to 10.5 and 18 to 37 in their last 55 road games versus a team with a winning record. Our team pick is Angels money line. LA has won 4 of its last 5 overall, including a series victory over Minnesota. The Halos are 3 games over .500 and 4 games out of first place in the AL West Division standings. Anderson gets the start for the home team tomorrow. The southpaw allowed 3 runs on 6 hits in his last outing versus Baltimore and has surrendered 3 or fewer runs in his last 4 starts. Anderson is searching for his first win since April 2 versus Oakland, his first appearance of the season. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. Oakland Athletics vs Seattle Mariners. Oakland was routed in Monday's series opener 11-2, its 5th straight loss. The Athletics have dropped 13 of their last 15 games and are 20 games behind AL West leader Texas in the division standings. Oakland scores 3.63 runs per game, 28, and hits .226, 29th, with a .675 ops, 27th. It's hit 53 homers, 16th, and stolen 47 bases, 3rd, in the 2023 season. The A's pitching staff has a 7.02 ERA, 30th, and a 1.69 whip, 30th, with 10 quality starts. Waldichuk will take the mound for the Athletics in Game 3 of the 4-game series. The left-hander has surrendered 3 or fewer runs in 5 of his 9 starts in 2023 and has a 39.28 KBB ratio. Waldichuk has given up 13 home runs, the second most in MLB this season. The Mariners have an 8.5 run line record, 61.5% in division games this season. The A's have a 7-14 run line record, 33.3% versus the AL West. Oakland also has the worst run line record as visitors, 8-16, and the worst run line record as underdogs, 18-30. I'm betting on the home team to win and cover the run line on Wednesday night. The Mariners are 12-2 in their last 14 home games versus a left-handed starter, and while they don't have much experience versus Waldichuk, I believe that trend will continue to play out in tomorrow's game. The southpaw has struggled with his command recently, giving up 5 or more walks in 3 straight outings. He's also surrendered 18 hits and 10 earned runs in those games, 15.0 IP. I expect all those base runners to be problematic for Oakland, given Waldichuk's propensity for giving up home runs. Miller has been phenomenal in his rookie season, shutting down big league lineups like there's nothing to it. He fared well against the A's in his debut, 1 run on 2 hits with 10 Ks and 6.0 IP, and should be dominant again on Wednesday. This season, they're hitting .214 with a .299 OBP and 351 strikeouts, 1180 ABS, against right-handed pitchers. Bet on the M's to win by at least 2 runs on Wednesday. Seattle routed Oakland in Game 1, but is still a game under .500 and 6 games out of first place in the division standings. After making the playoffs last year for the first time since 2001, it will have to start making up ground soon to earn consecutive postseason appearances. The Mariners score 4.53 runs per game, 15th, and hit .229, 25th, with a .688 OPS, 26th. They've recorded 50 homers, 21st, and stolen 29 bases, 20th this year. The M's pitching staff has a 3.56 ERA, 4th, and a 1.18 WHIP, 3rd, with a league-leading 25 quality starts. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair between these two teams on Wednesday. Take the under.